Hey, it's Carrie with Reseller Revenue, and we're in the new eBay shed. So, pretty excited to have a new workspace. I've been working out of my home since the beginning, so 2021. And that's back when me and my son Rowdy did eBay together, and we were everything sellers. And then, I don't know, our SKU system and everything system kind of fell apart because we had not done a great job at tracking our inventory. And then in 2021, I think it was, we started over the store, and I think it was 2022 when I went all in on jewelry. So never been a jewelry collector, never been like a jewelry lover. It's easy to store, it's easy to ship, and I've learned a lot about it. So hopefully watching my videos, you'll learn a lot about it too. I wanted to introduce you to my space. Hopefully I don't make you seasick walking around. Let me turn the camera around. So the door is exactly like 8.5 steps from my back door of my house. So pretty great. This shelf right here, right inside the door, will be where my photographer can leave any of the listed, done inventory that she's done with. She'll just have a key code to the door and put it right in there, and I'll know it's ready. Thermal label printer paper, because everybody needs those. That will be the photographer's box. So anything in that box, she'll know she can just come in and take it, and it's ready for her to photograph. So that's really nice. I'm fortunate enough that my photographer is also my best friend and is married to my other best friend. So any of them can come in anytime they want and come get stuff. So this is one of my supply shelves, nothing exciting. Got an extra Rollo printer up there because if mine died, I'd be very sad and it would not be fun. And those are the boxes I use for my junk boxes, so can't run out of those. So I do have 2 computer stations, and or not computer stations, but workstations. So one of them is for the computer, and I have my laptop out because I forgot to order speakers, so I needed it for the call this morning. And that's so that I have a clean workspace at all times for, whether we're doing our calls or paperwork or anything like that. And then over here is where my processing, listing, as far as getting stuff ready to photograph and the pictures I take will get done. And so my printer and my Rollo is right here, and it's all on the wireless internet that's the same as the house. And my ultrasonic cleanser and that little empty sad containers where my gold and silver goes when I find it, but I just cashed it in, so I don't have any. And my light box with the inventory that's ready to photograph inside of it. And there's my cool new magnifier toy I got that you can put the piece of jewelry underneath there. It shows up on the screen. You can also have it show up on your laptop screen or computer screen, which is pretty cool. And right there is where I'll put my stuff as soon as I get the draft done and everything I need to do that. Have my SKU numbers on a little roller. Oh, and there's my Persidium hiding underneath there. I haven't tried her out yet, but she's out of the box, guys, so I'm gonna give it a shot here for too long. And then I will keep my 1 box of inventory that I'm ready to list will be on rollers, and it fits under there, but I'm working on it, so it's out. And right there is all my inventory. So this is over 3,000 listed items looks like for me. So that it's pretty packed. I mean, it's full. I touched and looked at every single piece of inventory I have before I moved it out here. So I did a full inventory. So everything should be good to go. And it is, over 3,000 pieces. There's a few up there, but I have over 3,500 items listed, all jewelry, except for a few little things and a few books, but mostly all jewelry. And this is my only thing I hoard / collect, and this is just a portion of it. I really enjoy old jewelry books and jewelry identification books, and so I have my favorites out here. And my shipping station on wheels, so I can just pull that cart out, and all the shipping boxes and stuff I use are on there. And then my husband has a little area here. He does all my shipping, and he does a great job. He's very meticulous with it. So, and then under there is where we keep our extra mail bins and stuff like that. I really like the under the shelf storage. As you can see behind me, don't mind the towel on the floor, so we don't track snow in, and my rugs aren't here yet. So, a loft area, and that is all some extra, things I use to work, different materials, and a little bit of jewelry over there, but actually most of that is not jewelry, and extra boxes, which is why I have a ladder. Filing cabinet for all of our paperwork, tax papers, all that great stuff. And that's an old steel one that weighs a lot. Trust me, it's from an old doctor's office I used to work in and manage. And then behind the ladder, that's all my queue bins. So all of the stuff that's in a queue to be listed is there. And I don't get more on hand than what fits in those, plus that one that's on the floor. So if there's more than that, then I'm not looking for anything at the moment, because that's my queue. And I try not to oversource. So that's what I have. Same way as that old steel desk is from the doctor's office I used to manage too. So when the shades are up, I have lots of natural light. I picked this side of my desk facing west because in the afternoons when I do my processing of stuff, and I love to see the sunsets out here in the middle of nowhere land in Iowa, and east for the sunrises, because I'm always listing by the time the sun comes up, before the sun comes up. So that is pretty much, and we have the other loft. Not very exciting, but very, very useful. So that's all my packing supplies. That's extras up there. And then we have a thing to hang up that has like how many boxes of each kind we have on hand, so that I know when to order, because I don't like having extra of anything. So that's pretty much it. For those of you that don't know me and my operation, I list 50 live a day, 7 days a week, but I try on Monday through Thursday. I usually bank 20 and schedule it towards the weekend, so that on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I only have to list 30 live, which feels like hardly anything after listing 70 a day, considering I do 50 plus 20 during the week. And I do my calls for Reseller Revenue live Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. and then Central Time. And then following that, we do a jewelry call on Tuesday. And we also have other fun calls, like Larry does a repair shop and Russell does a shoe call, and we can add calls as we go if we want. But we're just a really small, tight-knit community that kind of helps each other. We do kind of specialize in jewelry, but we do have other people that are of different reselling niches. And I am pretty much just jewelry now. I prefer vintage jewelry, but I sell what's selling, and I'm looking forward to kind of growing it. I don't plan on ever having more on hand than what sits in that shelf. So that shelf that's not filled up yet, if it gets full, I will just simply move out old inventory, because I don't really want to get any bigger than this. This shed is a 10 by 20, I think. It's not very big, but I feel like it's going to do what I want it to do, and I didn't want to overpay for a bunch of space that I didn't need. Our house doesn't have a great place for me to have an eBay shed in, or an eBay area, I guess. So we just put this outside our back door, basically. We live in the country, and we could do things like that. Now eBay's out of my house. I haven't had eBay on my house since 2021, and it feels really good to not have a bunch of shipping supplies laying around, or tripping over a bin of jewelry, or when I sort, I could leave it out on this desk if I need to come back to it, and I don't have to worry about getting it cleaned up for the dog or the cat to knock over. Although I do have a bed underneath my desk, a heated bed for my Frenchie, because she'll come out here and visit, or she would be sad. So she's been having going to work day with mom for years now. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments that you'd like to know about the business or know the processes, people ask me all the time, how do I list so many? And it's simply because I have really good processes start to finish. So now that I have the shed ready, I will be happy to share some of those. I can set my camera up and you can watch me work a little if you want, although that sounds kind of boring, but if you want to, we can set up time for me to work. If you have any questions about my SKUs or my inventory systems, because that's really important. If you start losing orders or you start misplacing things, it becomes a problem really fast. And so I've been there, done that. I always tell people in my group, I can help you because I've made these mistakes. I've done, down the rabbit holes, and I have had these issues before. And so I've had to solve them and figure a better way out. And so hopefully I figured out a few better ways, but ultimately whatever works better for you and your business is the right way for you. So there's not only one right way to do things. I also feel like eBay doesn't have to be a full-time, big volume game for everyone. If you are doing this to supplement retirement, you're doing this to do something with your kid for vacation money, that's every bit as important. And we can help you figure out how to make your financial goals come to be. I am very big on us keeping our numbers, knowing our finances with our business, no matter how big or small it is. We should know if we're making money. We should know how much money we're making. And hopefully we can help you with that too. We try to help set up to know your net profits overall, your net profit per day, net profit per item, and just keeping a thumb on the business altogether. So it's a short video, but I just wanted to introduce you to the shed, and hopefully now we can do some more fun videos with jewelry, and let me know what you'd like to see. So thank you very much.